Hey everyone, welcome back to Mine Harbor episode 6. Today, we've got a little story and a little bit of a news segment, and then, yeah, that's pretty much it. How you doing, Sean?
Just healing after cutting the oblivion out of my finger last Friday.
Yeah.
Healing's been going good, but video games have been difficult. Yeah.
I should just quickly mention before you get into it, Sean, sorry, I should have mentioned this in the intro. Martin and Hannah are not joining us tonight. Martin is in Whistler, BC, playing Whistlebearer Golf Club right now, probably as we speak. And Hannah's back in Toronto, I believe, just working or having a nice little vacation without him. So that's why it's just us two today, if you are wondering. Sorry, continue, Sean. I did not mean to interrupt you. I should have done a better host intro.
It's all good. I hope Martin has a good time in Whistler and Hannah has a good time to herself.
If that's the case, because I didn't ask and I'm just guessing.
Okay, cool. Anyways.
Sorry, continue.
Wow. So yeah, just wanted to start off by talking a bit about this college strike, because it's affecting me firsthand and a lot of other people. So pretty much over 10,000 full-time support staff across 24 public colleges in Ontario went on strike. It is because their union, OPSEU.
Okay.
Pretty much they were trying to negotiate a new contract with the provincial government because, unlike the healthcare system, each province has their own control over public post-secondary.
Mm-hmm.
And pretty much, so they're trying to have no layoffs for the duration of a 3-year contract. And
wait, sorry,
10,000 jobs. So they're trying to argue for no layoffs for the next 3 years.
Okay.
Because OPSEU claims 10,000 jobs and 650 plus programs have been lost this year alone due to underfunding and privatization. So layoffs have been linked to the federal cap on international students, which cut tuition revenue.
Okay.
One of the biggest arguments, at least in front of my campus, was funding and privatization. They were claiming that they were diverting a lot of public funds to private training providers. So they're saying the $2.5 billion skill development fund that the provincial government introduced was harmful to the public system. And they're also claiming that there wasn't proper working conditions. But I can't say too much about the working conditions other than the massage therapy building at Conestoga is immaculate. I don't know what anybody there is complaining about, but
it might be lack of staff.
So what this has caused is a lot of classes to go online due to protesters and picketers blocking access to the college. And it even has caused car crashes.
Okay.
Which I witnessed firsthand.
Oh God, tell us.
So Monday, I had a clinical anatomy class. So I was driving and there's this big ass line. And I was like, why is there a line? Probably these dumbass fuck ass protesters. So I end up getting to be second in line. I've already been there for 10 minutes. I left my house an hour before my class anticipating a holdup. What do you know? I was right. Anyways, it gets to the point where it's been 15 minutes of me being behind the car in front of me.
Mm-hmm.
So I like skirt around and I'm like, yo, let me through. I'm like waving at them to let me through. And they're staring at me, looking all cross-eyed. So then I give them a honk. And then one lady pulls out her phone and takes a picture of my car and license plate as if that would do something. Like, oh no, you're going to report me to campus security? Shiver me timbers. And then I give another honk. I'm like, get the hell out of the road. So then they walkie-talkie some lady. She comes over in her like construction vest or her high-vis vest. And I rolled out my window and she's like, you know what you did is illegal? I'm like, what? Honking at people? That's not illegal. Like, I wasn't about to run over anybody. I wasn't about to like physically harm anybody. So like,
And you're completely calm this whole time.
yeah,
Or are you like starting to get like a little shaky?
No.
Dude, as soon as I fucking
moment.
would roll that window down, I would start getting shaky and be like, bitch, like, what the fuck do you want? What?
No. I was calm.
I get so heated.
But then, like, I did get to a point where my heart started to race a bit.
Yeah.
Because she was trying to lecture me. She was like, because like this shit, like I've done research into this because like it affects my education.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, do you know why we're picketing? I was like, yeah. Then she was like, okay. So like, what's your problem? I was like, you're blocking the way to my class. I've been in line for almost 20 minutes. Like, can you get out of the way? She was like, we have a right to like picket and stuff. And I was like, I know, but you don't have the right to be in the middle of a public road. So can you get out of the way? And she was like, well, we have like a certain time limit before it's technically like a misdemeanor or something. So then I was like, okay. And sort of just like chuckled and like laughed it off. But then she tried to be like, do you know like why we're out here again? She said that again. And then she was like, she interrupted me after I was like, yes, again. She was like, we're out here because the Ford government cut this, cut that, blah, 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 blah. And I was like, okay. But like, at some point, do you think if you're protesting to prevent the province, do you think protesting out front of a campus in Kitchener would do anything? Go to Toronto in front of the Capitol.
Yeah, protest.
In front of, like,
protest the premier's office. Go into the fucking office.
Protest where it would matter. Like, what are you doing? She's like, well, this is for the future of your guys' education. I was like,
I would love it if you were working right now.
So yeah, I said to her, I was like, so you guys by doing this are claiming to help my education, but then you're blocking me from going to my class. Can you please make that make sense? And then she looked at the other guys with like that evil Karen, rar Democrat, angry devil eyes. And
they always blink like 3 times too. They always go like,
yeah. But then her face got visibly red, and then that's when my heart started racing because like I didn't know what was about to happen next. So then, and like I'm not just a floored mat that's just going to get walked on. Like, no, I'm trying to get to my class. My family paid for this education. Like, I had to pay $600 for parking, for fuck's sakes. Like, you think I'm not going to be rage for you blocking my access to my class?
Especially in this economy, $600, almost a K is no joke, dude.
So then, anyways, she, like, when she came back, before she could say something, like, I sort of, like, cut her off, and I was like, at some point, can you not blame the colleges and, like, the people who employ you for causing this problem? And she was like, what do you mean? And I said Conestoga in particular, and I know this was a problem with everywhere in Canada, but mainly Conestoga College.
I know what you're going to say.
Across Canada. Yes, you do. I said, it is the college's fault for accepting so many international students who pay 10 times the amount as domestic students. So then when the federal government gets so much backlash about, the youth can't get jobs, there's no housing for this people, a lot of them are taking advantage of the system just to get quicker access to citizenship, they put a cap on it. Oh no, where did all our funding go? After just buying a new set of land and half done building part of a new campus, on top of having so much support staff, what are you going to do? Where'd all the money go? You're going to make cuts.
Also having extremely high-paying up bureau jobs.
I'm being so serious when I say this. Like,
yeah, and respectful too.
Word for word to her.
Yep.
Without raising my voice, I said that word for word to her, and she was like, "You know what? Like, bless me." She said, "You're right." She said, "You're right."
Good.
And like, it is like a problem, but like, it's not the whole problem. I was like, yeah, but it's the main driver behind all this. If all the money, or the majority of it, is being taken out of thin air, and colleges can't afford all these high maintenance costs and all the labor costs, and they can't manage their money now, they're going to try to cut waste.
Absolutely.
10,000 full-time support staff across 24 colleges that are striking right now, I guarantee you, as of right, the only reason some classes are moving online is because these protests, and like, I'll explain to you what happened with the car crash in a second, but like, people are getting so mad at this that like, it's causing property damage to people.
Yeah.
So like, that's why the college is like, okay, like, if it doesn't need to be in person, it's not going to be.
Right. Might as well just skirt around it.
Students' safety at this point.
Yeah, for real. Well, if they're like, blocking roads and stuff and being like, I'm sorry.
And long story short, after like 5 minutes of like a back and forth with this lady, I said, "Are you going to let me through, or are we just going to be sitting here?" So then she eventually called off her flock and let me through.
Dude, they're like geese. They're like Canadian geese.
Yes, I know, they dead ass are. And then, so then, the RMT building is like right beside the turn in. So then I turn into the RMT parking spot because by some miracle there's a parking spot there.
Mm-hmm.
And I get out my car, I get my backpack, I look up to like give them like a smirk.
You jackass.
I hear a car, of course, and plus they're letting cars out but not cars in. So like, there's a car about to turn left out of the college, and then there's a car that was a couple cars behind the first one waiting to get in the campus. Mm-hmm. So he did what I did and like pulled out. I didn't go nearly as fast because I was like mindful of the people.
Right.
But he like zoomed out and tried to go to the far exit down by Dune Valley Golf Course. And of course that car gets told to go left as soon as this guy is getting rage and speeds around. So of course they collide. Big doof, witness it all. Everybody's like, oh. I'm like, yeah, that's what happens when you dumbasses do stupid shit.
Silly, like, I literally watched this and predicted it in real time.
Consequences exist. Oh my god.
It's amazing what happens when you actually think about things.
Like, if you don't just do what you're told by one headline or one person, like, even my one professor was like, go out there and picket in your spare time with them. I was like, yeah, let me know. I was like, I got enough on my plate with work and school. You're telling me to go protest with them? Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's been like the last, well, since September 11th, so the last week.
Damn, dude. Nice. That sucks that, like, you actually have to deal with, like, 20-minute fucking flock of, or gaggle, I should say, of picketers.
I know. And, like, the colleges say that they're in survival mode, but, like, they're the ones that shot themselves in the foot and didn't eat a meal for a week.
Didn't the college make, like, record-breaking amount of money, like, last year or the year before? Like I or
Yeah,
during the pandemic or something like that. Like
the
not even
president
within the
took like
last.
a
Yeah, you had to step down.
no, the president took like a $400,000 bonus, something like that.
Jesus Christ. You can't tell
It
me
was something
that
crazy. Yeah, like
you don't
you
have
can't
enough
tell me you're in
money.
survival mode. Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, this is the
And
problem
like,
with. Okay, so for one, we've pinpointed
no,
public education needs a little bit of a tweak.
yeah,
Little
and
little tweak.
I was talking to my mom about this actually, and um, she was making like she was laughing at how I was describing all of it, and like I told her what happened and like how I honked at them, and they took pictures of my car and whatever. But then, um, she was I was like they're arguing that like that all this will get people to start working at private and then it'll be like more expensive. But then I said to my mom, it'll be like, well, at least they're getting what they fucking pay for. I'm learning the equivalent of grade 4 English right now in year 1 college. Like, what is a verb? What is an adverb? What is the thesis out of this? Like, yeah, let me know. I learned that shit in grade school.
I had
Like,
the exact same reaction when I went into college. I
like
was like, this
it's
is.
insanity.
I thought
It's
I was gonna
insanity.
learn something here, guys, but I'm not learning
Without
anything
like
yet.
I will say the RMT program I have like in the 3 weeks I've been there, I have learned more than I learned I think in my whole life when it comes to anatomy and like the human body when it comes to like the musculoskeletal system. But
That's sick.
when I was doing business marketing 2 years ago, it was literally like the grade 4 English because that's a first year requirement. Um, easy math, and then um, just like economics classes that I took way early. Like it was literally just like the first. That's why I dropped out. I was like,
This,
two
yeah,
years. Like yeah, it's only a 2 year thing. But what would I actually do with just a business marketing thing? Like
yeah.
I could just learn how to do Photoshop on my own time.
Dude, for sure. And that's honestly
But
like
like,
all of my best skills I've learned on my own. I haven't had like a
mhm.
teacher tell me. I've literally like either learned it as I'm doing it on YouTube. So like that's one thing that I've learned for me is like I need like a very clear step-by-step process as I'm doing it in order to learn how to do it. And then once I do that enough times, it's probably ADHD or something, I don't know. But once I do that enough times, I can like solidify it and like literally put it into my brain as like a chunk. Like I know
Well,
this information now, you know?
in any scenario, the more you do something, the easier it'll get.
For sure. But like I'm saying like as a kid, I was never able to sit down for more than an hour and do one task, especially if I'm learning something like math that is
It's
so
just being a little
mundane and
boy.
boring. I want to fucking do shit. Yeah, I want to go play soccer. I want to play baseball. I want to be a little boy, you know?
I know a single one of my friends from back in the day that weren't like that too. Like it's not like I could go very whatever into this, but like a kid being sat at a desk for 6, 7 hours a day, that's like they won't focus. At some point they will just start resenting school. And
Yeah.
but yeah, back to what you said about like a lot of your hard skills you just learned on your own.
Hmm.
But um
Most
I
valuable,
I
I
do
said.
agree like yeah, like hard skills are physical things
Yeah, yeah, like
being able to
landscaping
do
or like
tasks.
boiler
Yeah.
work. Oh, I'm not
Like
saying I'm do
like
boiler work, but
like
you know what I
soft
mean.
skills are like communication and
Hmm.
like
Oh,
being
yeah,
able
yeah,
to
yeah.
listen
Yep,
and like
yep. Sorry.
yeah, like soft versus hard skills.
Yep, sorry.
But like no, you're good. But yeah, like post secondary, like I would say like as important as it is for like you need it to become a doctor or to be an RMT like myself or like social worker or masters of social work like my sister
Yeah.
and like you need like post secondary for like that shit. But like if you like go to start a business and like, oh, I need to make a logo. Oh, I need to market it. You don't need post-secondary to start a business.
No, no. And honestly, like I was going to say before, because you were talking about the business degree or the course, like a lot of those intro to business college courses, it's basically just that. It's like, do you know English? Do you know 4+4? Like, do you know how to
Yeah.
read a document? Do you know how to do, like, it's basically that. And then they get into like, do you know how to work with a client or da, 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 da. You probably know better than I do, but I mean most of those courses I would imagine are very low level people who are like, I want to do business right after high
Like,
school. So like they're
yeah,
gonna they're gonna capitalize on those types of
like
programs for sure,
that's what
right?
that's why I chose it is because like in the high
Oh
school I
shit,
took
sorry, I didn't mean to
literally
shit on you.
no, dude, no, you're good. Like there's nothing again, like there's nothing wrong with business majors and
No,
minors or
no,
whatever.
a
But
major. I mean,
like,
doing one intro to business and being like, I'm done with this. It's like, bro,
oh yeah,
You
no,
did English fucking
yeah,
uni 20. Like, relax.
yeah, but no, like the reason I chose marketing was because in high school I got the business certificate on my diploma. Like I took every single business course there was,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like international business, economics, like all of that, and like
And thank
entrepreneur,
God,
every single one. I
because
took
we
every
need it.
single one. I think except marketing, which is actually quite funny. I didn't take marketing in high school and I
So,
went to marketing in secondary, but
he is our
I dropped
business
it so quick.
advisor on Mind Harbor, by the way.
um, the only like really important thing that I would say like I did start to learn in the business marketing was learning the Adobe suite, which you can just do on your own time. Like learning Photoshop, Illustrator, InDesign, all that is like it's honestly so cool what you can do. Like cuz like you seriously like your imagination's the limit when it comes to this sort of thing. Like in the span of one semester, you
What
learn
was
like I learned
is it
very
Adobe Suite?
rudimentary stuff. Like
Sorry.
Adobe Suite has all of them. So like
Oh,
it's
okay,
like
yeah, yeah,
like
it's all of them. Okay,
you subscribe to the Adobe Suite and then you can get access to Photoshop, Illustrator, and then InDesign. So like
right.
Photoshop would just be like for a picture. Um, Illustrator would be for a logo, and InDesign would be for like a pamphlet.
What's the video editing software from Adobe?
Um,
I'm
oh,
looking it up.
that's the one that I didn't touch on because it was only semester one before I
Fuck.
dropped it.
Oh, Adobe Premiere. Adobe Premiere.
Yes,
I've used Adobe
Premiere.
Premiere like once or twice, but that was just part of my digital editing program. Um, or sorry, digital imaging editing program. I also used most of what was it, the photo editing software, whatever that's called in the suite. But yeah, dude, I actually for knowledge on the podcast, I use Sony Vegas 14 in order to edit and upload, or I guess render. Sorry, not upload. Um, so I use Sony Vegas 14. I have in the past used Premiere, but I didn't use it a lot. I've gotten used to Sony Vegas over the past, I don't know, 10 years or so. So it's very second nature to me. But I feel like if I could get like a really good groove going with Premiere, I could make like crazy stuff on our podcast. You know what I mean? I could do a bunch of cool stuff and visuals, and it'd look like mint as anything. But the problem is that I would also have to get an upgraded GPU, which I don't have right now. So that's kind of, you know.
Yeah, that's the like I feel like sort of a goofball showing up to my massage therapy classes with a full-on gaming laptop that's military grade. because
It's like
I needed.
this could do a drone strike.
I no, it says military grade right on it.
No,
Like,
I know. It's like,
yeah,
this could
but
do a drone
anyways,
strike in Iraq.
but yeah, like just a standard Chromebook or like laptop wouldn't suffice for like the processing power needed for the graphic design and the
Yeah.
editing softwares. So that's why I got the computer. Like 6 months into it, I stopped doing it. So I'm not just
Bro,
gonna sell the computer and then get a new one. I'm gonna use it.
I might have to buy that off of you. Who knows? Or
No, bro, they're
we'll
actually good
see.
price at Best Buy. Um, they're not terribly expensive when it comes to PCs.
Okay, what are they at?
Um, here I can ask. I can look. Oh, bless.
Bliss.
My bad, y'all. Um,
You should be bad. Sorry. He is bad. Just for the record. Just making that, putting it on the record, writing it down. Alright, he's bad.
nice.
Got it.
Okay. So the one that I have, the Asus Tough Gaming F15. Um, they go for about. Oh wow, that is not the F15.
What are you what are you searching up?
Oh, their prices must have gone way up. Because that looks very wrong. Mine was not $1,800.
Yeah, dude, like
It,
computers
I
get
got it for
crazy expensive super
I got
quick.
it for around like I want to say 670,
Okay.
800, no, 670, 700 ish.
What? No.
Yeah, I'm being dead serious. It,
I
it
got
might have been on
I got
sale.
mine for
I don't
like
know.
I got mine for like 1300 like
But it
uh
was well under a grand. I'm pretty. It had to have been on
hint
sale or something.
yeah, cuz
But
like yeah.
I remember it being like $700.
Hmm.
But like it's been the best computer I've ever had, and the keyboard lights up and it's cool.
Honestly, the way I think I would like to go is obviously build your own PC and then have like a perfect setup for what you need. And then I'd
Mhm.
probably, if we were going to continue doing this podcast, say over a year, I would probably get a desk setup for my microphone. So it is completely boom stand and I have perfect audio every single time. I don't have to worry about it or tweak it or anything. Because I have like a really good microphone downstairs. I just have to get the stand. And I've got a really good pop filter too. Um, so like yeah, there's that. But it's mainly the editing right now. Like so, this episode that we're filming right now is gonna take at least 6 to 7 hours to render properly. And there's no guarantee that it actually puts out the render because there's a possibility that there's not enough space for it to properly render on the GPU. So it'll just shut off, and then I got to restart it and then delete a couple of things or whatever, figure out what's going on with the GPU, and then restart. So it's like a long process that I have to kind of go through. If I had a better PC with like a really strong GPU, I'd be able to power that. Even like a strong GPU with a strong graphics card, I would be able to power out episodes. Like we would be able to record once a week, or sorry, 7 times a week. Like I would be able to upload that night because it would just be like an hour render and be like upload done. Instead, I have to like kind of baby it. You know what I mean? I gotta peek my head around the corner every once in a while and be like, okay, she's still going. She's good. And then every once in a while, it'll be like rendering messed up. something went wrong within the software or the editing, and then boom, I gotta restart.
Yeah.
So it's a process.
Hmm.
But a new computer GPU would definitely do that. It would make it like from 6 hours to probably one with the GPU. I've got like a 10-year old GPU right now. Like
Yeah.
it's probably like ah, just climbing up the hill, trying to make it for every render. You know what I mean? It's about to fucking explode. One of these renders, there's gonna be like a flame that comes out of the middle of my laptop.
Next time I sleep over, I'll just get blown up, and then
Yeah, if
yeah,
it's off, it's fine.
I won't have to worry about a cut finger.
Yeah, you can sue me, dick.
I don't know why I just got reminded about this, but I saw a video the other day, and it was like saying there is a link between marijuana and the runner's high.
Okay.
So, um, as people might know, the runner's high is a euphoric, blissful state that some people have during intense during or after intense aerobic exercise. And for the longest time, scientists thought it was because it was endorphins. But new research actually points to endocannabinoids,
Really?
natural chemicals in your body that activate the same receptors as THC.
That's so funny. That's so funny.
So, but here's the twist though.
No wonder I'm addicted.
Endocannabinoids.
I used to be addicted to paintball.
So
I'd
endocannabinoids.
smoke weed and then play paintball all day and then come home, smoke
So
weed, and edit videos.
it's funny you say that. I'll get into that in a second. Um, Endocannabinoids are released during sustained exercise and can cross the blood-brain barrier, triggering the feeling of calm and relaxed anxiety and mild euphoria, pretty much very similar to cannabis high. So,
Yeah.
marijuana interacts with the same system, which is the endocannabinoid system, which is why some runners say that running while high feels similar to a natural running high. So if you just go for a run while you're a little fried, it'll feel similar or the same as if you ran like 10 kilometers uphill, and which it's not any considered anymore, but what was thought endorphins.
I have a
So,
follow up on this. Just remind me about running
but
yesterday.
okay, runner's high isn't caused by cannabis, but both experiences tap into the same brain chemistry, which is very, very cool in my opinion. Because I have like noticed that sometimes that I've had a bit to smoke, it has felt the same as if like I've played in a hockey tournament and had like a 2 or 3 game day.
Really?
Yeah,
Interesting.
because some of those
Huh.
tournaments we would have a game at 9 a.m. and then that would last an hour-ish. So then we'd have a game at like 1 or 2, and then we would have a game at like 5 or 6 p.m., maybe 8 p.m.
Hmm.
And after that, you're fucking toast. But like when you like lay down, it feels so good.
Oh, I know.
It felt like that. Like sometimes, like after like even hockey now, when I get home from hockey and I have a toke, like it'll feel like
Puts you
I
into
just
bliss,
played
and
in the
then it like
tournament. Yeah,
literally it like gives you 2 hours
like
to kind of ease
and
into sleep. I fucking love it.
yeah, and there's a couple sources that I can list if
God, you're making me
necessary.
want to smoke right now. Stop it.
But But yeah, I don't know what reminded me of that. I just thought it was really fun to like research and like learn about because like our grandpa is a heavy runner and he has been for the majority of his life.
So you're saying
And
that he's a
he's run very
pothead?
many marathons. No. But next time that there's like a family function, I'm going to be
You're
like,
telling him it.
yeah, I'm going to be like, so grandpa, huh, what are your thoughts on this?
I'm
So,
sure he'd
yeah,
love to hear that. I'm sure he might actually have a stroke.
I'll bring,
He might
I'll
have a
bring
real stroke.
I'll bring a bibliography
Oh
prepared
God. And a
in
thesaurus and red string
like a
and a
glossary and all
whiteboard,
that.
you know?
Yeah, there's going to
Yeah.
be I'm going to buy a skeleton
Make a
and
keynote presentation.
yes, I will show him where the sternum is.
No,
For
okay,
those
do you
that
want to
don't
hear
know,
my
it's the bone
follow-up?
in your chest. Yes,
Okay. Okay,
the middle
fuck.
bone.
Can you remind me what the follow-up was? It was yesterday, but what was it about yesterday?
Running yesterday. You
Running.
just said
Okay,
something
thank you.
about
Thank you.
running
Thank you.
yesterday.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
I assume this has
So,
something to do with golf with your dad.
yes, I know. Okay. If you had said golf, I would have been like, no, that wasn't it. But running got me. Okay, so I played, I want to say 2 holes of Brookfield yesterday, and I realized I didn't have my smokes on me. So I was like, this is gonna be a rough round, dude, if I don't get my smokes. So like through the first 5 holes, I'm just like, don't think about it. It's gonna be fine. You're okay. You don't need them, you know. And then I'm playing okay too. Like, by the way, like I got 7 pars yesterday and like 3 bogeys, 2 doubles, and an 8. So I played like I hit an 88. So I played pretty good. You know, I was in the zone yesterday. You know what I mean? But I would if I wanted to keep it up, I was like, I know I need to get back to my car. You know, and we parked all the way to the top right, closest to the clubhouse, if you know Brookfield. Um, like basically
Shortest distance
near the
ever.
carts. Yeah, near the carts. So like we pulled up on like hole, I want to say it's 4, and it's like in between the 2 tee boxes for gold one and blue one. So there's 2 groups on the fucking, or sorry, I'll go back a little bit. Sorry. So I'm like, we get up onto this tee box, and I'm like, do I fucking go run? Am I gonna have enough time? Because there was nobody pushing us behind us. We were in good shape. I was like, am I gonna have enough time to be able to run back to my car, grab the pack, and then run back before the group behind us like gets on our ass? So I'm like thinking this over, and then I say to my dad, I'm like, should I just go do it? And he goes, yeah, we've got like 3 minutes. And he puts on like this, his smile where he goes like,
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, this motherfucker. So I'm like, I now have a mission. Sprint from hole 4 on gold all the way across 2 fairways, past the parking lot, all the way through the parking lot, up to the top right of the parking lot, which was literally the farthest way possible to where I could have parked to get my fucking shit. So I was so pissed. I was like, I remember coming over that hill after the second fairway and being like, fuck, why did I park so far away? Just being like already out of breath and being like, okay, go back to your running training from paintball. Just slow it down and keep the pace. Keep the pace. I did that. I grabbed my shit. I ran. Luckily, there was no people on the tee box after, and I ran my ass back to dad within like 5 minutes. Made it back onto the tee, hit my ball right into the fairway, bit off of the fairway end of the rough, but I was like within 130 yards. So out of breath the entire time. I was just like, Dad, don't let me do that ever again. You have to remind me I'm never fucking running again in my life. Fuck you.
That's
So
funny, bro.
it was a run too. So I don't know. I sprinted for probably like 2 minutes straight. A minute there, a minute back. Like it was brutal. Like by
Yeah.
the end, I was like running up to that. I was like, ah, ah, I'm out of shape.
Honestly, when I
Like
left my wedge on one of the greens, I was playing at Mary Hill with my coworker Josh. You remember JMO?
yeah, yeah.
Um, we were playing Mary Hill, and I had left one of my wedges on the previous hole. No, it was 2 holes back because I ended up just sticking the green and not needing.
Mm,
So I didn't even realize until the whole app. So I was like, okay, shit. So I sprint from the tee box of 4 on White, Mary Hill. So like the one right as you cross the road.
yeah.
I crossed the road, ran. No, sorry. It was the one before. I run back to hole 1
Oh no.
and and I grab it, and I'm out of breath completely. And then
Then
I'm
you
like,
gotta hit a
okay,
shot.
I'm like, okay, Josh, can you tee off first? He's like, where's my glove?
Oh
He's like,
no.
shit. So he he forgot his glove on the hole after I lost my wedge. So after I just sprinted all the way back for my wedge,
He's gotta go back
he
to the
needed to sprint
clubhouse.
back for he pretty much, yeah. He had to go back to hole 2 of White. So he ran back from tee box of 4 to get his glove. Because he doesn't use a glove other than his driver. No, he doesn't use a glove for anything but his irons, I think. He doesn't. Oh, I forget what he said, but it was like different than how I wear my glove.
I still think I
Um,
have like the most ultimate wedge grab
yeah, it was
ever.
really funny.
That is funny. Sorry to cut you off and go on to another
No, you're good.
topic.
You're good.
I'm still here. I'm saying I still think I have the best wedge missing story of all time. Like out of anyone I know.
Oh, the one in Guelph.
No, it was air? No.
Not
Yeah, it was
Eris,
like
was
near
it?
Guelph. It was near Guelph. Yeah,
What?
yeah, yeah. It's far from
Eris
us. It's like
Valley?
45 minutes away.
Is it Eris Valley?
No, no, no. That's closer. That's like 15. This is like
That's
45
just outside
minutes.
of Guelph.
No, it's I don't think it's Ayers Valley. I can't remember what the golf course was, but all I know is like it was
Yeah, yeah.
very far away from us in terms of like going and golfing on your own on a Saturday. Okay? I went on my own like just to a random course on Golf North. I was like, you know what? This one. This one looks cool. So anyway, I went, I'm playing, had a great time. Um, and I don't know if I left it on the 16th or 17th hole, but I left it on one of those because I remember like not needing to use my wedge for the last 2 holes and being like fucking sick. I drove the green each time or whatever. Um, and not having to bring a wedge onto the green, just my putter, right? So I remember that. And then I remember getting back home and just, packing stuff up as usual, not even worrying about it. I didn't even realize I left it there. And then I go back to my car, pack up, drive home. And then it was the next time I was golfing. It was like 2 days later, or maybe 3 days later. I can't remember. And I was about to hit a fucking lob shot. And I was like, where's my lob wedge? And then I thought back, where's the last time I had it? Oh, it was there. Da, da, da. So I was going to drive after work 45 minutes and then drive 45 minutes back, waste my entire fucking night. And luckily, my mom was an angel and she goes, nah, I can do it. And she actually like did it like a couple days after and just banged it out for me because I had a
Very
tea time on
nice.
Saturday and I was either going to do it that Friday or she was going to do it. And she was like, I've got no no problem to do it, and I've got time, so I'll go do it. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Thank you.
Yeah, that was nice.
Yeah, super clutch. But yeah, I can't believe it even got it got turned in. So whoever found it turned it in, and then it was sitting there for 2 days, and some club member who was a regular, and they knew that it wasn't his club, after coming off of an 18, probably drunk as shit, goes, that's my wedge. And they're like, no, it's not. We've got a person coming tomorrow for it. He's like, no, it is my wedge. So thank God to those people too in the club shop. Thank you. You guys are, you know, thank goodness. Because I never would have
I
seen that
wish
wedge again.
I wish that happened when lost my lob wedge at Dundee,
Hmm.
because I know for a fact either the people behind or the club shop sold it. It was like
Yeah.
$170 wedge.
Yeah. It was most likely the people behind us
The
because I don't think
penny
the pro
bribe
shop would have done
for
that. Yeah. 4.0.
I should have asked to like look in your bag, like look in their bags. I was like, did you
Yeah.
see this? No. I went to the group behind them. Did you see this? No. It's like, well,
Oh yeah, can I
it,
can I check your
like,
bag? You mind?
yeah, I should have done that, but whatever.
Yeah.
I have a nice wedge now,
People
which
are
I
probably
like a
so
lot
bored of
more.
our golf talk.
It's okay.
It is
We're done. We
okay.
can be
Deal with it. We
we can
like
be done
talking
with
about
golf.
golf, okay? We're done with it. We're going to just move on, but be okay with it in the future, okay, listeners? Because we like it.
We we like golf. We
We
also
like
like
golf.
hockey.
Hockey also, and football occasionally, and golf.
Iffy on the CFL.
I don't
The
know if we
Hamilton
mentioned
Tiger
that.
Cats are valid.
Yeah, Argonauts.
Hamilton Tiger Cats are valid. Argos, meh.
I will always be an Argos fan.
I'm a Tie Cat fan because that's the only CFL game I've been to.
Then we should do an on stream like Cat Argonauts, like us,
Yeah.
yeah, watching it, and then we don't obviously stream the game, but like people can watch along.
hmm
Hmm. Should I
But
rip into the news segments quick, or oh, sorry.
yeah, sure, yeah. I was
Yeah,
just going to say like the hockey season's about to start up again, so that's going to
I
be
know. Did you see the news
a
today?
topic for us.
Kitchener got
About
Kitchener got the Memorial Cup.
oh, it's official.
I think so. I saw a headline on CTV Kitchener today that was like, yeah, like this is the most likely option and it's the best hosting out of Guelph and Kitchener or whatever. I briefly looked at the
Yeah,
headline,
because
but I know for a fact.
it hasn't been decided yet.
Oh, it hasn't?
No.
It was just like what we were talking about earlier at the Sunday where we were like, it's most
Yeah.
likely.
Because
Yeah.
like
I swear to
no,
God.
like the
I
second,
swear to God I
because see
saw a confirmation.
the very second. I mean, if you find confirmation, please let me know. But I the second I saw it was in between Kitchener and Guelph, I said it's Kitchener all day. Like they have pretty well doubled the seating capacity, and they have multiple concourses, so like they'll make more money on concessions and just tickets in itself.
The Kitchener Rangers have been selected as a finalist. Oh, okay, all right. Damn it.
Yeah,
Alright.
finalist.
Yeah. All right. Never mind. Okay, so no information on that one.
I don't think we'll get that until Christmas time this year.
Oh, okay. Okay, fair enough.
Around then.
Okay.
If not, it'll be like
I'm just so excited. I'm
I
jumping the
don't
gun a
know.
bit. Whatever. Moving
Yeah,
on.
the second that comes out, I'm buying tickets.
Same, dude. Same. All right, so let's move on. Venezuelan U.S. maritime incidents and updates. So the U.S. military strikes on alleged Venezuelan drug vessels. So on September 2nd, 2025, the U.S. military struck a speedboat in international waters in the southern Caribbean, claiming the boat was linked to Venezuelan Trea de Agua gang and was carrying narcotics. The strike resulted in 11 deaths. More recently, on September 15th, another boat allegedly smuggling drugs from Venezuela was hit, killing 3 people. President Trump posted video footage of the explosion on his platform, raising legal and ethical questions about evidence, warnings, and international law. We spoke about this on our last podcast. Please go check it out. And we have a pretty good 20-minute segment on it. Actually, I think that was episode 4. Um, why this matters. These incidents highlight how pressing drug trafficking and migration have become for U.S. policy, as well as draw attention to questions of sovereignty, human rights, and accountability. Sean, did you see the second strike that he did?
I briefly saw, but I forget the actual, like, I forget the date of
It was like 2
what
days
that,
ago. Martin, I can send it to you real
what was,
quick.
what was, no, here,
Martin
I'll,
sent it to
I'll,
me.
I'll, I'll look up what day it was.
Oh, he might have sent it to me on something else. Damn it, I can't find it. Basically, it was an anchored boat. It looked like completely still in semi-choppy waters, and it was a very clear video as well. That one didn't seem as doctored as the other. Like, it didn't seem. I should say it didn't seem doctored. Um. So
So it
go
was
ahead.
Monday, September 15th.
Yeah.
So that was the same day as the my clinical anatomy class that I was talking about earlier with the protesters. So I
Okay.
had some other things going
Yeah,
on
you
that
were
day.
you were busy that day. That's the nice thing about my job is like every once in a while, like I can go to my computer and just like watch the news, be like, oh shit, that happened.
Yeah. Like now that I'm back in class, I'm on my computer more, so I can like keep up to stuff more. But it just happened that it was a long day.
Yeah.
I didn't really look into it much.
Anyway, it was a anchored boat, okay, and I think it had about 4 civilians, 4 or 5 civilians. I'm sorry if I'm getting the amount of people wrong. I'm not trying to be insensitive. I'm just I don't know the amount. Um, but they were in anchored and in pretty choppy waters, and you see the IR vision, and then you just see them blow up in flames. The other video, the first video, at least they were moving. They weren't like sedentary. Um, so anyway, and it was far less people. And if you look at all the analyzation of the last one, and if you look at like what skid boats like that usually hold for drug trafficking, it's usually 2 to 4 people instead of 11. So just work from there. That 4 boat might have possibly been a drug boat, but I don't know. And then also you had the Venezuelan president or prime minister Maduro coming out and saying you basically just hit civilian targets, which is what I would imagine most countries would say, whether it was real or not. However, I just think hitting an anchored boat is interesting to me. Of course, I don't know the context,
So
but I'm going to leave it open.
So yeah, you are right. 3 men killed, no U.S. personnel harmed.
Yep.
Definitely a drone strike or aerial strike.
It was a Hellfire
Exact details
missile,
are
I
not
believe.
exact munition was not disclosed.
I could guess it was a Hellfire.
The location was in international waters, but in the U.S. Southern Command. So
Okay.
it was
U.S. Southern Command. Interesting. In
it was
American waters.
So it was international waters in the U.S. Southern Command area of responsibility. So it had
Interesting.
to have been within the 200 nautical mile.
Very
Because
interesting.
so that's so if you don't like for the people that don't know this, um, every country has every country that has ocean border, um, they have jurisdiction up to 200 nautical miles offshore.
Yep.
So, according to what I am reading
Which
from,
can I just interject quickly, Sean?
sure,
Which
sure.
is why the South China Sea is so contested, because it should only be 200 nautical miles. Before the South China Sea and the 6 or 9 dot line was conceived, it was basically just maritime law for those 20 or 200 nautical miles off the coast. Sorry, continue, Sean.
But yeah, like the sources from this is like CBC, Yahoo, ABC, the
Mm,
Associated Press. So
mm-hmm,
like this is all from like accredited sources. So yeah, apparently it was within the 200 nautical miles, or I guess because like Senator Rand Paul and Adam Schiff, they're questioning the legality of this. So it might have been like maybe 20-ish miles outside of the 200, but
mm-hmm.
still close enough to like be like, yo, you're getting pretty damn close.
Mm-hmm. And if they had any radio on them, they would be able to say, "This is U.S. Coast Guard. You are under, surveillance or
So,
whatever. Turn back now, and if you don't, you'll be whatever." Usually, but this is what I go back before to is like, if he is in U.S. international or close to U.S. international waters, apprehend him, arrest him, take them all, take the drugs, and then book it for evidence. Because that is an actual evidence clarification for you to do something against the other country. Just bombing them out of the international waters is not good. Nor U.S. waters. I don't care.
so that's like one of the bigger contrasts between the strike on September 2nd and the
And
one on
again,
September
sorry,
15th.
just wanted to reiterate from last episode, Congress needs to be approved for war. That means war strikes and war on any country. Congress has not approved the Venezuelan war yet. And that's what it is. It's a war.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm done now.
But that's the biggest contrast between the strike on the 2nd and the strike on the 15th
Mm-hmm.
was the one on the 2nd was within 12 nautical miles of Venezuela.
That is
So
a big difference.
that was like in Venezuelan waters.
Mm-hmm.
So like that one is where it's like more on the edge.
That's
You
that's
can't really do that.
that's
Like
borderline
it's
war crimes. That's borderline war crimes. Like,
but but like in comparison to the one that happened on Monday, looking at these sources, it's saying that this boat was really close, if not in American waters.
hmm.
So like, I guess like if they're in American water, then they technically have the standing to do that. If you agree with the ethics behind it, that's up to you. You have the right to your own opinion. But I'm not justifying it. I'm just saying everybody has the right to their own opinion and take on it.
No, for sure. Dude, did you hear Donald Trump declared Antifa as a terrorist organization today? I'm
About
sorry.
fucking time.
I'm sorry to just interject, but I just remembered. I was like, did Sean hear about this? Did you?
I didn't, but like
He declared Antifa as a terrorist organization, like the
because bro, like
cartel.
Antifa right now has nothing like
It's just so
when it
funny to me.
when it started, it was like actually purposeful, but
I
like
know.
with how far things have gotten, like it's not how it was before. It's not even anti-fascist anymore. It's
I
just
know.
pro-radicals.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just had to say that because I
Anyways,
found it funny. Do you want me to go on to the
but
next segment?
um, sure.
What were you, did you have something to say?
No, that's it.
Okay. All right. So we were speaking about the Canadian projects on our last episode, and believe it or not, Mark Carney came out and he said he's going to be fast tracking all these super major projects across Canada over the next decade. So I don't want to say I called it, but I called it.
Yeah, I mean, it's about time the prime minister in Canada did something that actually mattered.
So
It's
the
it's been 10 years. It's been 10 years of promise and no action. So like it's finally good to see, even though a lot of this recent cycle, the current person in office made a lot of campaign promises which he has not kept up to date. But the infrastructure he has, and it should be interesting to see because like
I saw a
Canada
meme
needs
today.
it's a good start, but Canada needs a lot more than just one nuclear reactor, and we need a lot more than just like one LNG pipeline.
So yeah, let's get into what the actual project he's been proposing is. So he's launched a couple of new major projects under the Office MPO to accelerate the approval process for large-scale infrastructure and resource projects. Under Bill C5 and the Building Canada Act, projects deemed of national interest will undergo a unified approval process with a target of completion within 2 years. Initial projects include the LNG Canada expansion, a small modular nuclear reactor at Darlington, expansion of the Port of Montreal, and new mining ventures in Saskatchewan and British Columbia. An Indigenous Advisory Council is being established to ensure consultation and participation. Faster approval could boost jobs, investment, and economic sovereignty, but critics warn about potential environmental risks and reduced transparency. Legal challenges have already emerged, highlighting the need to balance speed with good governance and right protections. However, I will say there was also a letter given to Mark Carney today by, I want to say, almost 190 Canadian CEOs, listing almost 8 different factors that they are saying, you know this, you should be doing this. So they all wrote it and said, do it. So I'm just going to throw that in there. On September 14th, 2025, Canada announced the creation of Build Canada Homes, a federal agency with an initial $13 billion investment to construct affordable housing. The agency will focus on low income and middle class Canadians, making use of public land, a bad thing, in my opinion, efficiently. Well, if it is used efficiently, then great. We should be doing that. But public land is a very slippery slope. So, moving on, this initiative could meaningfully expand housing access and reduce burdens on households. I mean, that also could. We also had our interest rates cut through the Bank of Canada. I think it was yesterday. It's now 2.07%, I believe. So these things are slowly working in our favor. We just have to knuckle down, man. I think that's the real thing. Knuckle down, make sure we are actually doing these things and we're not screwing up
Two
projects.
things.
We have to get this project done. Or these projects. Yeah, what you're
Two
saying?
things.
Yep.
The it was a good move to lower the rates. People thought like I don't understand when people say lowering the rates will cause a recession. If not, it would do the opposite
Because it
because
gives money in
if you
people's
it,
pockets.
yeah, if you lower the cost of like if you make it cheaper to borrow, more people are going to borrow.
Mm-hmm.
So not only does that stimulate part of the economy, but um
It also allows
the
boost
bank
in businesses because people start
some
making new businesses because they have money in their pocket.
a lot of people that don't like aren't like they're not very in depth into like the financial aspect of things.
Mm-hmm.
The Bank of Canada's lending rate isn't what we pay. That's what's called the prime rate.
Right.
So individual banks like RBC, CIBC, whatever, that's how much interest that they have to pay the Bank of Canada to borrow money.
Right.
So when the consumer goes to borrow money, they're not borrowing from the Bank of Canada, they're borrowing from RBC, TD, and all those other banks.
Yep.
So they have the
Institutions.
ability,
Yep.
they have
Private
the
companies.
ability to charge more. So like
Right.
from like for example, like a mortgage rate at like through Wealthsimple and Pine would be 3.89.
I gotta go 1 sec. Keep
You're
explaining.
good.
Can you
Yeah, yeah.
explain the rates?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'll be right back. 2 seconds.
Yeah. So like the prime rate is what the Bank of Canada offers to the institutions. When the consumer goes to the institutions, the rates that they offer the consumer are higher because the institutions have to make money too. Like it's all for profit. That's pretty much all I just say about the rates. Like they it can be good, it can be bad, but in the scenario that it was right now, they say it'll be affordable housing, but the 13 billion divided by 4,000 is 3.25 million. So if it's going to cost 3.25 million to build these homes, so that would include labor, materials. Oh, perfect, you're back. So I just finished up with the rates thing.
Mm-hmm.
I wanted to touch on about the housing initiative.
Okay. Yep.
I just had said they pledged 13 billion for 4,000 homes, but
Mm-hmm.
if we do the math, 13 billion divided by
That's
4,000,
about 3 million
it's,
point
it's 3.25. It's 3.25.
3.25. Okay.
So
Yeah. Yeah.
3.25.
Yeah.
So they say it's going to be low income housing and but it doesn't really make sense how it's going to cost nearly 3.5 million to build each house.
Yeah.
So that's sort of like a slap in the face to young Canadians. Like as good as we need the housing, but like 3.25 million.
It's got to be affordable with cost of
houses,
living, purchasability, right?
But like when you
everything has to work together.
Like when you factor in labor and materials and like everything and all that, like building a house isn't cheap, but it doesn't need to be like it was. Did you see the size of those houses too?
Mm-hmm. They're not very big.
They're very small.
Yeah.
In terms like if you're looking at like
they're like an apartment size.
Like, yeah. And it's going to take 3.25 million to build each one.
Yeah, that is way overpriced for basically a shipping container sized home.
Like
an RV sized home.
All that, and I agree with the nuclear reactor. I agree with the expansion of the Montreal Harbour.
Yep.
I agree with the LNG, but we need more.
I agree. A lot of this money should be allocated towards housing. I'm hoping there's going to be more announcements down the road. Now that we've got Pierre Poilievre back in the House of Commons, he's got 2 days already under his belt, and he's hit Carney on a couple of things.
It's not very refreshing when you see Chrystia Freeland now be essentially the liaison for Ukraine.
No, I know. I'm just saying. I'm
Like,
just saying there is possibly roses beyond the horizon.
yeah. And like it's finally good to see something finally get done, because like
Yep,
under Trudeau for 10 years,
there is nothing.
Canada
It was
had
just complete backwards.
0.1% of economic growth in 10 years. That was by far the worst in the G20.
I can't believe we let that happen for a decade.
And like, well, we're still not in a good spot. Our
No, I know,
unemployment
I
rate is
know.
the
I'm
highest
not
it's
saying
ever
we're great.
been.
I
Our
get so
unemployment's still the
heated.
highest it's been since like ever, excluding COVID.
Yeah.
And yeah, there's still a lot that needs to be worked on, but it's definitely refreshing to see an infrastructure plan be made.
Yep.
But it's just a bit sketch how the budget has been pushed back so much.
Agreed.
And they
They
say they're going
tabled
to give
it.
it to
They
us November
tabled it for
4th.
October.
They
Or
said
sorry,
that they were going to give
November.
it to us. No, it's going to be November 4th.
Yeah,
That's
November.
when they said it's going to be.
It's going to be tabled
But
for November, which is ridiculous.
like, who
That's
knows
months.
who knows if they even push that back, because at that point they're already well into the other half of the fiscal year. So they might just try to roll it over into the next fiscal year and disguise that as being not in a deficit, but that's
Yeah.
actually 2 years worth of numbers.
We got to
I
be
don't know.
quicker on this shit, dude. We got to figure out some kind of law within the House of Commons where we're quicker on this and we're not shutting down for months on end. And there's not a lot of these loopholes that politicians can make and be, I'm gonna just hands off and the country can just do its own thing for 4 months or whatever. It's like,
Kevin O'Leary had a great idea, and he was saying this in the context of the United States Congress, but it could be applied to the Canadian House of Commons.
mm-hmm.
It's if there is a deficit or next to no GDP growth for 2 cycles. So like if they're an elected official for 2 cycles, so 8 to, well, he said 3.
No, we're in the third economic cycle.
Oh no, I get that. Okay, but Kevin O'Leary's idea was, if it's 2 cycles, like if you're elected for 8 years,
Mm-hmm.
and with your help, whether you were a main cause of if there was next to no GDP growth or you're just running a deficit, you should not be allowed for re-election.
I totally agree with that. I think that's a great law.
Because a lot of politicians seem like they get paid they get lobbied, and then they get their paycheck, and then now they're just lobbying for the lobbyists. And
Right.
they're like, oh, we need to pass legislation that is like half for the people, but mainly for a company.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think that's actually a pretty good way to go about it. I just worry about that being
Like,
abused in the future. I think we would have to lock that in pretty. We'd have to
because like
safeguard that.
a lot of people, and like, again, like, I'm not pointing fingers at anybody at all. It's just like from day-to-day things, from what I see on social media and interactions with classmates, etc.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have a lot to say and complain about, but not offer up a single solution.
Yep.
So like, how can you expect change if you don't want to do anything?
And a lot of people
It's
don't
just,
inform themselves too, and they don't vote. That's the most like infuriating part about it. It's like I get if you don't vote and you're informed, but if you're informed and you don't vote for whatever reason, dude, what are you doing? Like,
and it's like, I've always been told, like in my life, that there's 3 things that you never talk about, and it's religion, politics, and money.
mm-hmm.
Obviously, the money part is a setting thing. Like if you're talking with somebody close, and like not in like a bragging standpoint, that's okay.
Yep.
But the religion thing, I guess, like, and that's another thing where it's time and place. But like
Hmm.
the politics, like if you can't have a discussion, a calm, a rational, and informed discussion about like these things, a lot of people just live their life without a lick of political knowledge and like they don't care. But like I can't understand how people can't care about what's going on in their own country.
Because they think it's too
And like that needs to
complicated
be
or
talked about
whatever.
more.
I agree. I agree. I'm
Like
right there
the
with you.
re- the re- the reason why these topics are hard to talk about in some cases is because of people saying it's one of those forbidden topics.
No, and
The,
also
the
because
more
it is
the
really
more
hard
like
to talk about. It is like actually intellectual. You have to think about what you're speaking about. You have to go about your own knowledge in your own head. Most people don't have critical thinking nowadays. They can't even think about like if this video is AI or not anymore. They're just, oh, lady said good thing on TV, me believe. And then they go on Instagram, they're seeing AI videos and they're like, that's funny. It's like that's our population, really, when you think about it. We're 90% of us are not the smartest. You know?
like
I'm being
like
very
a lot.
general as a country, to be honest.
Yeah, like a lot. I
Politically,
again,
Canada does not have a lick of intellectual, political meaning, knowledge, anything. I can ask a very simple political question to someone who I know is semi-intelligent, and they will give a unintelligent answer to me every time.
well, that's because like that's like one of the things that I noticed moving from the States to Canada. One of the couple things was like it's not talked about.
No, because
Like in
we're
the
too
States, even
ingratiated. Everyone
like
is liberal, and if you're not liberal, then fuck you. You must be a racist
because like
conservative. It's like, no, like,
okay, I wasn't going to like that, but I was
that
saying
just
like,
pisses me off.
but like even like back in grade one, like yeah, obviously it wasn't like very detailed or intellectual topics, but like we were still talking about like real life events. Like we weren't talking about um I'm trying to give an example
And I don't
around
actually
like what
believe
was in
that. I was just
springtime.
stating that. That's just a
We
statement.
were we were talking about like because again this was very rudimentary because we were very young, but it was just happening at the time.
Sure,
it
sure.
was it was right before the 2008 economic collapse.
Okay.
I would have been I was 3 years old. No, okay, so it would have been 2 years after the collapse, so 2010, 2011ish. So the teachers were sort of like trying to tell us like how we bounced back from that. Like
Mm-hmm.
things were
Six
going
year
so
olds.
well. Yes, I'm being dead serious.
I
I'm
believe
being
you. I
dead
just
serious.
find that
Like,
funny. It's like all
like,
of you are going to be like, huh?
yeah, none of us had any idea of what was going on. We were like, we just want to make fucking
Play
hand
Doh.
painting
I
pictures,
just want to
finger
play
paint,
kickball.
whatever. But like, they're like, yeah, on a more serious note, like, things can happen. And like, here, yes, we were told things can happen, but like, things were all like we were always told like, oh, everything will be okay, everything is always going to be okay. But
We live in the best country in the world.
and yeah, a lot of countries, well, pretty much every country I know, like they say that they're the best. Like it's
It's
very biased.
propaganda.
You're not going to say your country's not the best.
Of course. Plus, if you
It's
grow
just like
up and live there your
national
entire
pride.
life, that you immediately become a nationalist.
And like I love Canada, I love America because I'm dual. Both countries have many pros, many cons, but like that's like one of the biggest differences that I sort of noticed was like well, I never once feared for my life going to school in the States,
Hmm.
but that was before, like, that was
All
when,
of the
like, things were
shootings and stuff.
calm.
Yeah.
That was like,
Yeah.
well, yeah, they still happened, but like, it was more of
Very
like a
rare.
calm, it was like a calm time in the political landscape.
Hmm. I mean, the biggest
And
political problem was like what, George Bush or Mitt
that was,
Romney?
but no, Obama was in office at the time of the economic collapse.
I
It's
know,
actually
that's why I'm
funny
saying the
because the
biggest
election cycle
issue
was,
was Mitt
yeah.
Romney or fucking.
But yeah, like, back to, like, essentially, like, back to the root topic of what I was
We are
saying,
at
which is,
120,
I
so
ended
we
up
should
rambling.
finish up, I
Just
think.
last thing I'll say is
Yeah,
just
yeah, wrap it up.
people need to engage in conversation.
Hmm.
That is how the future of society unfolds, is through conversation. It's about talking about the difficult stuff. It's about realizing that things won't always go the way you think they'll go, and try to be prepared for any scenario.
Couldn't
That's
said
it.
it any better myself, Sean. Well said.
The future of the nation is us.
It's correct. Why do you think we got this podcast?
Spread the word.
Spread the word, fam. Speaking of spreading the word, we do have it on Spotify and YouTube. We will be going on to Facebook shortly, and we're going to be putting on some reels on Instagram within the next year. So please share and share with your friends, family. As we do so, it helps a ton. And that is Mind Harbor episode 6. Thanks, guys. We will join you next time, next week. Peace.
Topic ideas, please reach out. Any topic ideas, please reach out. We will be
Indeed.
more than willing to talk about whatever.
Yep, we've got lots
That is
of
all.
we've got lots of topics we can, but we always are wishing for more. So, thank you guys for watching. See you next week. Peace.